always wondered how you do this.
Different ways, different angles to hold on. Let me see if I can back this up just a little bit. We gotta use what we got, little sugar.
Let's talk.
Yeah. All right, so you can tell me the questions that come in, Queen. I guess as they come in. But anyway, what's going on, man? It's your boy Big FHOH, and I see. First off, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Whoever tunes in, whenever you tune in, go back and rewind this. Thank you. Today, I'm going to take this opportunity, man, because this is a friend of mine. This woman here has embraced me from the beginning, and it's just been what it's been from the very beginning, I believe. We've never had no funny, it wasn't even weird. I mean, it was almost natural, as though we was damn near been family from day one.
Right, just about.
Yeah, so anyway, this is my girl Sunshine Ryder. I'm going to let her introduce herself, let her give you a little bit of whatever background she want to give you, and then we're going to go into it, man. So introduce yourself.
Well, I'm Sunshine Rogers, y'all. I am 52 years old. Whoop, whoop, for all the women that are over 50. And y'all, I'm a grandmother. My grandbaby was just born. His name is Remy Deshaun Sotelo, and he is almost 6 weeks old.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this motorcycle thing. How long you been motorcycling?
I'm about 15 years.
About 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
What got you into motorcycle?
Truthfully, my first husband had a motorcycle, and I was married to him for about 10 years. But my first husband, he didn't want his wife to ride a motorcycle. He wouldn't even let me sit on the bike. He wouldn't even let me turn the bike around in the driveway. So I've always had the desire to ride a motorcycle, but he never would let me ride his.
So, I mean, but because he had, and you saw him riding, or was it something kind of...
Well, I saw him riding, then my brothers, my uncle. Okay. I can remember being a little girl, about 5 or 6. I had an uncle, used to come in from Lafayette, from Lake Charles, Louisiana. And I was 5 or 6, and I could hear that Harley coming up the street. And I remember one time my mom was like, you get so excited when you hear that motorcycle. So at a young age, just the rumble of that Harley got my attention. And y'all, my aunt, she had, and see y'all, in the 70s, women didn't wear fake hair. My aunt had 2 long ponytails that fit up underneath her little helmet, and they came and hit her about right here. But I remember my uncle used to throw on the back of that old Ultra Classic, and she just looked like a rag dog.
Yeah.
Ponytails just rolling in the wind. But anyway, that was my real first experience being around a Harley.
So 15 plus years riding by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? What has been, now that you're here, what has been your attraction? What has kept you here?
I would just say just the freedom of being able to ride. It's just something about riding in the open air. You can ride in a convertible, you can ride in a drop top, whatever.
Yeah.
And I've ridden in some of everything, y'all. But just the beauty, just of being able to just ride in this openness that God has allowed us to live in. With no restrictions around. Nothing is holding you up but just you balancing that motorcycle.
As a female, especially with the time in that you have, what are your biggest challenges?
My biggest challenges. I'm going to have to say I'm not an overachiever. I'm not an overachiever, but I set such high standards for myself. And that tends to be a challenge some days because I'm not going to lie. There are some things that I've kind of tapered down just so I won't shine so much.
Mm.
But I can't help it. I love this biking thing, but there are some things that I really toned down that I could have
really showed
out a little bit.
Do you feel like because you're a female you had to taper it down? Or
most
just
definitely.
the event, just whatever you were doing in general?
Just because some people have the wrong perception of me. There are some people that think I do things for attention, but I'm not an attention seeker. I'm just naturally, I'm athletic. I mean, I've been athletic all my life. I'm just naturally talented, and I'm a go-getter. And as a young girl, we traveled a lot. So now that, over into my adult life, I just continue to enjoy traveling. Except for now, I just love traveling on a motorcycle.
Okay, so fast forward, we're gonna be going back and forth. I'm gonna turn this down. The biggest thing for me is this: since meeting you, and I met you on the ground. I've never met you
Right.
in a car or a truck. I mean, from day one when I first met you, meeting. I guess did we first meet Facebook, or we met at the Kings?
We first met at Facebook.
Facebook, and then you came down to Atlanta. And y'all was riding your ass off then. What has been your motivation? What a lot of people don't know is this: that you've done 48. You've done the Highway Smiley 48 challenge, and I'm gonna say this. So some of y'all watching, everybody always say, "Well, I don't have to do 48." And you don't. Smiley never set out to make this a fucking challenge or a fucking goal. It was just his way of recognizing he got the fever, and it was his way of because it kills me how people be like, "Shit, nigga, I'm not gonna ride no 48 just to get no patch," and you don't have to. I don't give a fuck if you don't never ride your motorcycle. Just stay your ass away from me. You know what I'm saying? But I just my thing of it is this: people, when people say that to me, sometimes it just kind of bothers me, because if you knew Smiley in any kind of way, shape, form, or fashion,
right,
he want this shit to be so done. He want all 48 patches to be done so fast. This is the most public he ever been with his life, period. You know what I'm saying? So, and I just say that to this because a lot of people always want to make that. Have you ever heard that?
Oh yeah, I've ran across it too. Basically, stating like, "Oh, that ain't nothing." So what if so what if she got a smiley patch?
Yeah.
I never see. I want to put this out there right now. On that old 04 Fat Boy, before I even left Houston, Texas, my first attempt to go do the 48 state child.
Yeah.
I left Houston with 106,000 miles on my Fat Boy. So let's go ahead and set the record straight.
I met you before we even started.
I'd already been riding. I already had 106,000 miles on one motorcycle.
Yeah.
Before I even went out on my first 48. So I'd already been riding. So I wasn't doing it specifically to say, "Hey, look what I'm doing." I was already a rider. I was really doing it, really and truly. I didn't count it a straight 48. I called it a journey with God. It was me at the age of 50 rededicating my life to God. So that's what I did. I prayed and rode the whole 48 states.
One of the things too, like I tell everybody, again, like yourself, I had already been riding my ass off the whole 9 yards. And when I met Smiley, he was like, "Sil, you've been everywhere, but where have you been? What have you documented? What have what have you really done?" And that's what got me on the 48, because, like I said, watching the journeys, and I've been. Let me say this motorcycle shit done been up and down for me. This is supposed to be your interview. I understand they got this here, but this motorcycle shit done been up and down for me. But that's just like I just told you in the parking lot. One thing that I thank God for is being able to meet the people that I've met.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
We've met some real cool friends, man, and we met some real cool people. And I've been places on my motorcycle that I never would have been had I not, been involved with, in the motorcycle community. So for you, doing the 48 twice, the owner and patch holder of 2 of the 48 state patches, was there a difference in both journeys?
Oh, most definitely. First of all, let me say this. I currently have a 2017 Road Glide, y'all. This is my 6th Harley. Okay, I started off on a Sportster 1200. Boy, you couldn't tell me nothing. And but the question about the 2 different 48 state journeys. The first one I did it on a Softail, which was a 04 Fat Boy. And I had consulted with Smiley and with Sharif, and both of them had given me several tips as to what to do and what not to do. And the thing about the first journey, y'all, I didn't do any shortcutting. I did strictly interstate riding. First of all, I knew I was doing this journey by myself. And like Smiley had, warned me, Sunshine, you're female, you're going to do it by yourself. I want you to stay visible. So, and Sharif was basically, telling me, things like stay hydrated, make sure you keep the maintenance up on your bike, So between the two of them, they really kept me grounded as to what I really needed to do in order to successfully complete the 48 State Challenge. Now, let me say this. A lot of people say, well, it took her 20-something days to do it. Truthfully, I wasn't in no rush, y'all.
Well, let's stop right there. Was it because meeting Smiley made you do the 48, or was it just being introduced to the 48?
No, I'm going to tell you the truth. I had saw some of the guys doing it, and I reached out to Smiley, and I said, can you tell me how I could go about doing this? And so that's when he, showed me his one of the, it was like 3 or 4 different directions. But anyway, he presented one, and I remember Sharif presented one to me, and I kind of tweaked them myself. And so I'm just going to be honest with you. Y'all, there's no right and wrong way to do your 48 State Challenge.
Period.
And quit saying challenge. It's not a challenge. It is a ride. It's a journey. It's something you're going to remember the rest of your life. So it's not a challenge.
Something you're going to tell your grandbaby.
Oh, most definitely. Remy gonna know that his grandpa rode around the United States twice on 2 different types of Harleys. And I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I left out to do it a 3rd time about 3 months ago when I bought the 2017 Street Glide. I had actually went through 12 states. I posted them all on Facebook. By the time I cut back across Texas, headed to Arizona for Soul Brothers weekend, because I was gonna leave there, drop down through California, then go on out, go up, then cut back across. But just as I got through Texas, y'all know these fobs right here? Both of my fobs, they quit interacting with the brain of my bike. So I went to 3 different Harley dealerships, but each one of them kept telling me that this thing needed a battery. Yeah, I have the receipts where I bought 3 different sets of Harley Davidson batteries to go in these fobs. And you know what it would do? It would crank the bike up right then. But between Abilene, Texas, and Arizona, and then y'all, I stayed in Arizona like 4 days, touched the California line, came back, hung out for Soul Brothers weekend, then came all the way back to Houston. In those 4 days, y'all, I had to crank my Road Glide by using the code. You know, that little secret code.
Yeah.
And that's the only way the Road Glide would crank. And anyway, by the time I got back to Houston, it stayed at the dealership. It took them like a week, a little over 7 days to figure out exactly. So I ended up with 2 brand new fobs to interact with the brain of the bike. And again, it's a brand new brand new motorcycle to let everybody know it's man-made. Something just might happen.
You just said the key word, man-made. I can tell everybody this all the time.
Yeah.
I will say this. The newer bikes are made better than the older bikes. They are. They you have less problems with the newer bike, but you still can have problems. That's why all those people say Harleys break down. Ride anything else, Gold Wing Riders. Yeah, you just don't hear about the Gold Wing Riders and the Yamahas and all that other shit. But anything that's man-made is subject to do whatever. Okay. As a female out there on the 48, when you was on your first journey, what was there to take? I mean, what was it? I mean, when you looked around, because I find myself doing this sometimes too, especially lately. Sometimes when you look around, you be like, man, what in the fuck is you? What in the fuck? Like, what was it? I mean, what was it? Was the feeling always good? Was it mixed? What was it? Was it emotion? I mean,
well, my feeling was always good because see, my whole purpose in my journey, God revealed to me what my new purpose in life is. And again, y'all, I was at the age of 50, and see, me being a female turning 50. Any of you women out there, when we hit that magic number 50, y'all, it takes us somewhere else. It makes you really, really focus on life. It makes you focus on being happy. It makes you focused on positive things from that forth on. Because y'all, I can't go back. Every year now, I'm going on closer to the 60s than the 70s, and who knows, the good Lord might let me stay here a little longer than that. But that particular journey, every day, and I'm going to tell y'all what I tried to do some days. Some days I tried to tell God what we were going to talk about. But God was like, no, Sunshine, that ain't how this trip is set up. I'm going to tell you what we're going to talk about today. Yeah. So each day, God gave me something to really think about as far as how to change my life, how to be a better Sunshine, how to be a better mother, daughter, sister. And And y'all, I'm single right now, and I'm gonna tell y'all something on that trip. And I prayed to God about another husband. I have the desire to have another husband one day, and God gonna send me another husband one day. So on that particular journey, it was just me and God every day talking about something. That's why when I posted every morning, I would post letting everybody know what me and God talked about that day.
One thing I like what you just said too is that, because this is what I tell people all the time. If you don't know how to talk to yourself, let me tell y'all something. If you've never had conversations with yourself and been able to argue with yourself, and then leave yonder alone. Because I'm telling you, when you out there on that open highway and you gotta start trusting in God, you gotta start talking to somebody else to validate what's really going on and what you're doing. That's when you will understand the power. And that's whoever you serve, you will get yonder will make you understand that there is a higher power. I don't give if you God, Allah, Buddha, whatever else, penny in the sea, whatever you call them, you will understand it, and you will understand what it is to depend on that power.
Almost
definitely. You will understand that. So, for me, man, people always ask me, say, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how I do it either. Like I tell everybody, my ass hurt, my arms hurt, I be tired. When I'm not no superhuman. A lot of people think we're superhuman.
Right.
You know you're not really a female. You know that, right?
Oh yes, I am. 100% female.
You're not really. I mean, that Sunshine, she can't be no woman. She can't be. She can't be no woman, man. So, on your journey, man, doing your 48, you had already been riding before then. Did it make you a better rider? Did it make you more appreciative, or what did it do? What did you get from your first 48?
My first 48, it made me, like I say, I did it to rededicate my life to God. It just turned me into a better person. It turned me into a better woman. God just put so many things on my mind. And yeah, my first trip, it was like about 9,600 miles. And so within those 9,600 miles, God gave me the ability to move on in life. And I'm saying things like, that was one of those trips where I forgave people who had wronged me, mistreated me, all that kind of stuff, all that baggage you've been carrying with you all those years. That's basically what that trip was for. I just surrendered myself to God and forgave everybody that's mistreated me, lied on me, done all kind of evil stuff to me. I forgave people for the apologies that I've never received in life. And I'm a better person now.
Okay. So, any scary moments on your 48?
Oh, most definitely.
What we got?
Y'all know when I was when I went on the first 48, y'all know that Fat Boy had a suicide shifter on it. So, I got 20-inch apes, and when I say suicide shifter, y'all, I didn't have a clutch up here on the left hand. My clutch was on my right heel, on my left heel, and my shifter was right here behind my thigh. And by the time I came across, coming up through Utah on my way, maybe my last 4 or 5 states, my motor started sputtering real bad. So I'm gonna tell you where it became really scary. If any of you have ever rode through Washington,
Seattle, Washington,
right?
Okay.
If you've ever went through that the state of Washington, there's about 200 miles worth of mountains. Now I know what I'm talking about. If you've ever had to go through some mountains, I'm talking about, and y'all, they twisting and turning, they accelerate, they drop down. I'm on an 04 Fat Boy. The motor is about to go out. I'm having to hold with the right grip, trying to downshift, clutch on a bike, y'all, that's about to break. So anyway, I would constantly pray to God, God, please let this bike just make it up this mountain. God, please let me just make it. But to be honest with you, that was the toughest stretch, was to go through 200 miles worth of mountains, just twisting and turning.
Upshifting, downshifting,
correct. And then I had 18 wheelers that would come around me, because these guys, they ride through these mountains all day, so they knew how to just wiggle and wobble through, you know, with those 18-wheelers. But anyway, it was just doing, that was the most tough time.
Was it inclement weather or was it?
Oh no. That little stretch was clean. I mean, no bad weather. It was just my bike was acting up.
Yeah. Okay. As a female, do you feel like sometimes that you have to compete with men or men compete with you?
Oh no, never. See, let me tell y'all something. I know my place as a female. I will never, ever be in competition with a man. God didn't design, not sunshine, to ever be in competition with a man. A man is going to always be stronger than me. I'm talking about muscle-wise, okay? I'm never in any competition with anybody. And that's coming from right here. There's no competition. We should never be in competition with one another.
I think, for me, like with me, Smiley, Flacco, Snowman, you know, we have our little challenges where we say, you know, we're going to do this, and we compete. But for us, at the end of the day, they love me regardless. So it ain't about that for us. It ain't no competition that's going to, you know, make us go against each other. It's a competition that's going to push, you know, we're going to push each other. So it's a little different. But my thing is, I can see how a lot of men may be intimidated by you, or a lot of men may just automatically be hating on you or angry with you because of you riding a motorcycle. And a lot of people tell me all the time, well, if I didn't have a job, if I wasn't doing shit with my life either, you know, I could ride like you. I'm like, damn.
It was bald head truth. It was safety the concern.
Oh yeah, safety was always a concern. Always a concern. I had several groups and people every day would inbox me, text me, and, you know, Sunshine, you cool? And I had groups from all over the United States. I don't care what state I was going through. Seemed like that night, you know, different groups would let me know, Sunshine, you need somebody in such and such and such and such. I got somebody on standby. Different guys would inbox me different phone numbers, and, you know, to let me know that they had somebody on standby for me. So I had only had one group when I came through New York. Cut across Pennsylvania. Now, I'm going to tell you the truth. Pennsylvania was a long state to go across. Pennsylvania was almost 400 miles for me to cross. And I had this one group. It was a group of bikers. They were all dressed in black. They had some white and black on their rags. And I remember 3 of them were on Sportsters, and 1 of them was on a faint black road glide. And yeah, he actually made his bike go sideways all the way up to the back fender, fatty. And I could look at, I only had one mirror on that bike, y'all. It was on the right side. I could see this guy coming up on me going sideways. So anyway, he made his road glide stop right at the bumper. And when he did, y'all, 2 sheriffs pulled up on the right side of me. As soon as those 2 sheriffs was right there stopped, I hurried up and gave my bike some gas. And I got on through that traffic. Well, they had that, just because with the ideal of the officers there, that kind of held them up. I'm not going to lie. The whole time I was on that particular 48-state run, I never had fear to come through my body except for that one time. So I know what it feels like. I know what fear feels like, you know, to experience fear out there. And again, I'm a female. I was black. Here I'm on a pink and white Harley by myself. I don't have no colors on, so, you know, they know I'm an independent rider. But what their intentions were, I don't know. But I am so thankful that those 2 state troopers pulled up on side of me, and I just got away from them.
Testimony. So that part is one of the parts that I don't talk about a lot too. Being out there sometimes by yourself, having to, when you run up on other, you know, motorcyclists and stuff like that, knowing how to deal with that situation, or like you said in your particular situation, recognizing it and being able to just get on. Hey, yeah, we thank God that you worked it out. So, when it comes to, let's take it down to local. Okay, you've been out, you've traveled all over the world, you've been to some big events and some other stuff. Now you're back here local. What's the difference? Because everybody always say, we had to shit y'all in Atlanta or we be popping. But I'm looking at California, I said, we had to shit y'all in California, we be popping. Is there a difference in the states and in the cultures?
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
I can see why. Well, I'm just gonna say how I operate. Some people say, "Oh, you go to the same events every year." I go to events where I see love between bikers. California, there's all kind of love between those bikers. The events that I've been to in Atlanta, all kind of love between those bikers. I've been up north to some big events, all kind of love between those bikers. It's a different type of love. It's the type of love that I can pull up on my bike and I ain't got to worry about you trying to scratch it up. I ain't got to worry about you saying, "Oh, she thinks she this, she thinks she that." No, they are genuinely happy to see you there. And it's the type of love, even amongst women. It's none of that hatred. Here in the Houston area, and I'm gonna say this because I originated here. I've only been in New Orleans a little less than a year. It's too much competition amongst, I'm gonna say, us women. It's too much competition. I say this all the time. As a woman, you should be able to give another woman a compliment. Whether it's her bike, her earrings she got on some badass Harley boots. But we as women, if you have a hard time complimenting another woman, you need to check yourself. And that go for when women have these all women rides, whether it's they having their anniversary. I mean, yeah, we as women, we just have to do better. We have to learn to root for one another. We really do.
So you don't think it's enough of?
Oh no, it's not. I mean, it's too much competition amongst women. Too much competition. Too much.
So are they competing for the ride, or are they competing for the looks? Or are they just competing for just self-gratitude?
I think it's just, and it's just me on the outside looking at, because believe it or not, all of us women, we sit around and see who cheer for you and who don't. And, I mean, I understand. I have a lot of people that don't cheer for me.
Yeah.
But I'm still good. I'm still, in the morning, I'm still going to get up and I may ride my bike 400 or 500 miles, whether you cheer for sunshine or not. And see, y'all, that's one thing you have to learn. If you're sitting around waiting on somebody to tell you what you're doing good, that you're great, you got to work on yourself.
I say this all the time, man. I don't post for likes, man.
You can't.
I don't ride for data boys.
You'll be disappointed because the people who you think gonna be cheering is liking and giving you compliments.
Listen, man.
They ain't doing that.
If it ain't in you, it ain't in you. I don't do nothing. FHO has nothing to do with how, even when I post the numbers of, hey, man, we almost at 2 million and 3 million. That's just me saying thank you for those that do watch or that do.
Right.
It's not me. Look, y'all, look at you. No, I could listen. Understand this. I'm gonna interview her, the next person, and whoever else, whether y'all watch or don't watch.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Because my number one goal, man, is this. My number one goal is this. I know and I believe that God has given me FHO as my own little ministry. You feel what I'm saying?
Correct.
For whatever it is, it's my own little ministry. I don't know where it came from. I mean, of course, him, but whatever the spark, the fire was,
correct.
It is what it is, and it's here. For the 100 people that hate me, I got 1,000 comments saying thank you. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't care if I teach, inspire, bring knowledge of, or whatever, one person, then my job is done. This interview here, if we don't do nothing but reach 1 or 2 people, then so be it.
Correct.
But you can't say I didn't do my part.
Correct.
You understand what I'm saying? So the biggest thing for me, one of the biggest things for me is that I love the fact. You going downstairs? Who? Oh, I love the fact that I am me. I love the fact that I do ride all over the place. I love the fact that when I come somewhere, people are happy to see me. One of the things y'all don't know is that when you out there on that highway, and this woman here helped me get through your ass stupid storm. But I was trying to get on for my man Boss' funeral. Remember when Boss got killed, and I was in California, and I kind of left knowing that it was gonna be, shaky. I didn't know how shaky it was gonna be, but
it was real shaky that day.
So I had to call Sunshine, and she talked to me through this, call police departments, call the head, and all this and all that. Just to, man, because it was crazy. I had no business in the world being on a motorcycle that day.
It was flood that day. Matter of fact, a hurricane was getting ready to come through. And y'all said was out there. I said, boy, what is you doing? I said, do you know what's out there? And he was like, no, Sunshine. I said, boy, you need to pull that motorcycle over. So anyway, y'all, you had just hit Abilene.
Yeah.
You're just coming out of El Paso, just heading toward Abilene. Anyway, that whole stretch of 20. He damn near had to float across, but anyway, that was where he ran into that state trooper that told him to literally just get off the road.
Period.
And he snuck back on there, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna tell the truth. He snuck back on there, and they caught up with him later and told him to get your butt off this freeway.
Go to jail.
It's damn near a hurricane finna come through here.
You go to jail or do it yourself, whichever one you want to do. So
I talked him through the rest of the, once he did get back on, I talked him all the way. I think you stopped in Dallas somewhere, and
Dallas,
a little past a little Dallas.
It was Louisiana. You got me all the way to. But
it was anyway that day, y'all. I was just calling police departments trying to find out what road was flooded and what wasn't. But anyway, that was pretty bad.
That's that bike of love, man. That was that bike of love, man. That was that bike of love, and like I said, I tell people these are like Smiley, like how you say you can call Smiley and Sharif, and this is the connection you get when you out there getting yonder, and the people that ride and that do get yonder, we know each other. One thing I tell everybody is this: in certain conversations you can't have around certain people, because they're gonna be like, huh. Even if they're like, okay, well, hey man, do your thing. But when you're in that company, man, and when you have been labeled, and I call you one of the female greats, you feel what I'm saying? I give you that title. I think I titled this legend, one female legend. I just know for a fact that I've had to depend on you to get on, and I've had to depend on your expertise as well. And we both, even you called me back and forth for our own expertise on whatever. So being independent all of that time, now you take a club and put it on your back. How does that, what made that happen?
Whoop, whoop. All right, y'all. Shout out to those queens of the South, New Orleans.
Because I thought it would never happen. I ain't going to tell you no lie, because I just know, even that morning when I saw it, I called you kind of like in shock. But
I know it shocked a lot of people. I'm going to tell y'all really what happened. I had been, truthfully, I've always wanted to be a part of a club. And I'm finna tell something now that ain't never been told. I've always wanted to be a part of a club. And that was this club here in Houston. Everybody know the Hard Riders. I had showed some interest in becoming a Hard Rider. First of all, I wanted to be in an all Harley club. But I knew at the time Hard Riders was male and female. So anyway, I showed interest and wanted to be a part of their club. And at the time, the communications were going, and I had been invited to an event. A little announcement was made that, hey, we're going to possibly bring Sunshine on, to be a Hard Rider. So I'm all happy thinking I'm going to be a Hard Rider. Yeah, Sunshine going to be a Hard Rider. That's what I really thought. I mean, for all those years, I really, really admired the Hard Riders. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, I still got mad love for the Hard Riders. But to this day, I don't know why the Hard Riders didn't accept me. Was it a hurting feeling? Yeah, it was a hurting feeling. Because I felt like I had done everything I was supposed to do out here on this biker set to become a Hard Rider. Now, let me tell you what I've learned. I've learned that you can ride your motorcycle. You can be the best at whatever it is. When somebody don't want you, you know what you do? You put your pride back on you, and you keep it moving. So, with that said, some years went by, and I was just sitting back and I was watching all the lady groups that were going on, and Queens of the South got my attention, and I just went ahead and reached out, did things that I thought I was supposed to do, made the contacts I was supposed to make, and next thing you know, things just started falling into place, and I did everything the right way. And next thing you know, God blessed it.
So you chose the Queen?
Yeah.
You chose the Queen?
Yeah.
That's good. People didn't know that you chose the Queen.
Yeah.
That was cool.
They didn't come looking for me. I wasn't looking for them.
That's cool. So with now what you having that, and now what you being a part of an organization, what's the difference? Is there any difference?
Oh yeah, it's a big difference. See, y'all. First of all, let me go back to explain. Y'all, I've been riding as an independent rider almost 15 years. I had and there was only one female on the bike set that I've been really, really close with. Everybody know Coco, out of Lafayette, Louisiana. Coco and I have shared many, many miles together, and so I trusted Coco. Well, these last couple of years, you know, Coco is dating now, so you know Coco got somebody else to ride with. Well, I'm riding by myself. So, long story short, I said, you know what? The same bond I have with Coco, I said, you know what? Now that I'm older, I could perhaps create that same bond with another group of women. You know, like-minded women. Everybody rides a Harley. That way we ain't got to have no issues about your Honda or your, you know, whatever else you ride. So anyway, I knew that it would be okay.
How's it important for you to ride with Harleys only? Because a lot of people, let me say this, man. A lot of people, I get so much heat from people saying, come on, man, you don't get a victories, no love. You say you want. Listen, man, let me tell you something. And hopefully this will clarify it. When I say I only want to ride with Harley Davidsons or people on Harleys, you gotta understand this. Your Harley owners have a different mindset. We got our own mindset, kind of different. But also, we got the same issues and the same problems because we got the same bikes.
Right.
So we can understand when we take this journey what we're gonna be facing. If you're on a Suzuki Stradaliner or a Yamaha whatever,
I don't know the names of the brothers.
Yeah, me neither. But you don't understand what I understand. You don't feel my pain or you don't feel my pleasure. So it's a different ride. Your tank may be smaller.
Right.
You know, all kind of shit. It's just different. So for me, that's what it is.
Well, like for me, I started off on a Sportster, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. I had a Sportster. I had a 1200, and I really thought I was doing something. I had that Sportster for 17 days. Yes, 17 days. I had a Sportster. I put 1,300 miles on that bike in 17 days. And I had actually took a trip with the Hard Riders like the second week I had it, and so on my way back, it was some of the Hard Riders. We stopped at the little gas station. It was about 8 of us women on Sportsters that year. Anyway, we stopped at the gas stop. So about 3 of the Hard Riders came sliding over to me. I was just sitting outside the building drinking some Gatorade, talking about sunshine. I'm gonna tell you right now, you need to take that bike back to the Harley shop. Tell them that bike is too little for you. So you know me, I said, what you mean? They said, nah, Sunshine, you don't need no Sportster, you need a big bike.
Yeah.
So I thought I was doing something, y'all, on that 1200. So long story short,
I thought it was the shit.
Long story short, that Sunday, y'all, I got back to Houston. That Monday, Republic Harley was closed. Oh, but you bet that Tuesday, Sunshine was sitting up there with that Sportster, that 1200. And I went right in there and I told him, I said, man, I can't do nothing with that Sportster. I need something bigger. They was like, well, Miss Frank, it don't work like that. I said, what you mean it don't work like that? I said, y'all sold me the wrong bike. Y'all need to give me a big bike. And y'all, I lie not. Within 72 hours, Sunshine had her big bike. Been riding a big bike ever since. But like I say, my first experience was on a Sportster. My second was on a Fat Boy. Had the opportunity to get a Road Glide. Then I had a Street Glide. I had another Street Glide. And now I got the Road Glide I got now.
Road Glide or Street Glide? What's your best bike?
I'm gonna go with Road. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. The Street Glide, Black Gal was the Street Glide that I rode on my second 48 state journey. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. That bike handled good through the mountains. I mean, it was lightweight. It gave me a lot of room with the fairing. But because I'd already had a Road Glide, I knew about a Road Glide. So anyway, I just decided, I go with the Road Glide just because of the fairing, the music. It won me over.
The Road Glide won you over.
Yeah.
My difference, and I tell people, a Road Glide is to me a traveling bike because at all times you don't want to be stressed and fighting handlebars like you fight on a Street Glide with that wind and just different things like that. So the Road Glide, it's a little less stress on you with the handlebars. Like you can actually at the handlebars go on a Road Glide, from time to time. And just on that Street Glide, you got to be on that. I ain't gonna say you can't ride without no handlebars, Road glide for the road, street glide for the street. That's what the comment just said.
Okay.
Now,
that sounds good.
Being the president of an all-female club, all-hearted club, what is it that you want to do?
And y'all know I love to travel. I just want to get a group of, I have a group of like-minded women that love motorcycling like I do. We've had the time, we did some bonding, and we've sat down and swapped it up with each other. All of us have been on the set for, everybody but one person has been on the set 10 years or more. So everybody's been motorcycling. Everybody is all into Harleys. So we all have the same mindset. When I say, matter of fact, we got I got 2 of them or 3 of them coming up the highway tomorrow. One of them coming out of close to Gonzales, Louisiana, which is not too far from New Orleans, and the other one, she's gonna come out of Lafayette, Louisiana. So when I tell you they don't mind getting on that highway riding, they don't mind getting on the highway riding. So
can you block that? You don't see that comment on that, Queen? You know on the thing?
I don't see it.
You don't see the comment?
I'm talking to it now.
Yeah, you watched it.
I am.
You see it? Block him and delete him. I hate when people come on. Look at the stupid shit that's on there.
Oh, that's crazy.
You probably had to.
I can't do it for whatever reason. Normally, I'm able to touch it. Anyway, bozos. All right. So, is there a such thing as sisterhood or brotherhood of the motorcycle community?
I believe it is.
I think it's dead.
I think. Well, no. This is what I'm gonna say. The reason I believe it is because I've seen it.
Okay.
I've sat back and really observed. Truthfully, prior to me getting in the club, I've observed more brotherhood than I've observed sisterhood. I've sat back and seen some men so tight. I used to say, boy, if I could just get a group of women and be that tight with them. So now that I am a part of a club, that's our mission, is to just bond and just be so tight with each other.
Okay. So you believe sisterhood?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
what does it take?
First of all, y'all got to be like-minded. Y'all have to have some things in common, and you have to, first of all, you have to learn to respect one another. And learn one thing too. You're not gonna always agree with somebody, but you have to respect that person. And that's really what it's gonna take. You have to learn to trust that person. And these are people that you don't even know. But you know how you learn to trust somebody? You have to be around them. You need to talk to that person every day.
And you need to be a trustworthy person your damn self.
Yeah, if you know you got a little snake in you, might not be good for the group then. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be a trustworthy person yourself.
Yeah.
One of the things I try to tell everybody is this, man, is that for me, I'm not going to say I'm scorned, but I've been through a lot. And what I recognize, man, is that a lot of people join motorcycle clubs for all the wrong reasons. So when you join and your foundation is not set on motorcycling, then brotherhood is nowhere even in the picture itself. So how me and you give people 100, like if I say, hey, Sunshine, that's good people. Okay, well, because Sel validated them, that automatically will allow them into a space that you normally wouldn't allow them into. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So what I've been learning to do is that, okay, well, I don't validate anybody anymore. I let them validate themselves.
Correct, and
that's been the proper way to do it.
That's the way it should be.
That's the way it should be. But the biggest thing for me, and this is why I say the brotherhood part of it, is because whether I got my vest on or not, whether I'm in the club or not, the brotherhood part should never change. The love that I have for you, Sunshine, ain't got nothing to do with your colors or nothing to do with the state you live in. It ain't got nothing to do with that.
Correct.
If you call me, that woman right there gonna allow me to come. You know what I'm saying? Because of the love that we have for each other, and vice versa. If you call me, if I call, whatever. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Because we built that brotherhood and sisterhood bond.
Right.
Now, a lot of people won't understand. Well, why is Sunshine close? Because I find myself being closer with people that was not in my club than the people that were in my club.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So what I had to learn was that you don't join the club seeking brotherhood. You join the motorcycle set and you find brotherhood. Because you're going to have to, it's going to be there, but it all depends on you. What I'm saying is, a lot of people say, when you ask people, oh, I'm looking for the brotherhood. Okay, well, that might not just be in your club. You might not find it in that group of guys that are in that club with you.
Right.
But if you're out here on the set and you're riding your motorcycle, and you're doing it for the love of it, the passion of it, not for the look at me, look at me, look at me. Because me and you both know there's some people that do the 48 state just to be able to say,
ain't been back on their motorcycle since.
You only as good as your last. I keep telling you. Don't come around me, man.
They ain't been on their motorcycle since, huh?
Yeah.
Oh.
I ain't got no comment on that.
So, what I'm saying is this, is that when you join the motorcycle set, don't just join your club. Join the whole set.
Correct.
Because the love is there on the set.
Oh, yeah.
You have to go find it. You have to seek for it. But you have to be a loving person yourself.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And you have to understand, what's all these crazy ass comments, man?
I deleted him.
You got the other one sipping on that purple drink, Thunder Turp, whatever. Anyway.
I'm gonna look at it.
You join for common interest. What the club stands for, brotherhood, is a bonus in a club. Okay. Yeah, that you're right. But all I'm saying is this. Embrace the motorcycle community. If you do that, I think you'll be better off than trying to embrace the club. Like, for example, the advantage that you have is by being independent and being as strong as you are, you were able to find other females that say, hey, y'all know this is what we want, this is what we want to do, and by everybody at least having that 10-year tenure on the set,
right,
that gives you a big advantage,
right,
over a lot of clubs and situations. So you have the opportunity now to almost take it back to the old school, because everybody that's in your club knows what the old school respect was about.
Right.
I think that's one of the things that's been missing in this generation now, is that don't nobody care to respect. Don't nobody care to understand or to give a fuck about the protocol that was put down,
right, before
you got here. Because like I tell everybody, they've been motorcycling. You just started motorcycling, but they've been motorcycling.
Oh, right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just because you got here, I don't know, but that's all I would say, man, is that, like I said, don't get me wrong, I think brotherhood is real. I've met, like I said, I got brothers that's Smiley, Flacco, that's not even we're not in my club. Mm-hmm. But ain't nothing you can tell them bad about me. If I call Flacco, Smiley, they're gonna pick up the phone. If I need them, they got me. Smiley has even invested in FHO before.
Right.
Flacco makes sure he invests in FHO as far as purchasing merchandise. And that's what I tell people all the time. Don't tell me you love me, but you don't even own an FHO t-shirt.
Now one shirt?
No, yeah, but you love me. Boy, stop. Anyway, so there's so much stuff, man. I gotta be careful with her, because she'll take me there. Trust me. I love you. I appreciate what you do. I love watching you. I love your positive motivation. I love the fact that you can ride. I love the fact that you do ride. But I love the fact that you do it because it's what you do, not because of what nobody else expects for you to do.
And it's like with me, if I just love riding, and the ladies that I'm associated with, the other queens in the New Orleans chapter, y'all think I have a giving heart. All of them have a giving heart. And they've been, they've been the type to just give. Anything from school supply drives to, feeding the needy, feeding the homeless. It's just all kind of things. These women that I'm with now, we got some stuff that's gonna come out, and it's gonna knock a few people's socks off, but it's what we supposed to do, y'all. It's what God wants us to do. And I've had people say, well, Sunshine, how can you talk about God so much and ride a motorcycle? Do y'all remember how the old missionaries used to come through the neighborhood on a bicycle? Okay, y'all, modern day missionary, except I'm on a motorcycle, just doing what God puts on my heart to do.
Hey, well, I don't know. I love you. That's
Love
all I
you
can
too.
tell you. So, if you could leave anybody watching this with one thing, what would it be?
I guess what I always say, yeah, we've all been through some things. Establish your relationship with God. If you got any problems, any illnesses, anything negative, give it to God. Let God handle it. The one thing that I can honestly say, establish a relationship with God. Put all your trust, your faith in God. God will lead you. You can still get out here and do this motorcycle stuff. God gonna lead you. God ain't gonna ever lead you wrong. I'm a living witness. I got so many testimonies set aside. I ain't gonna give none of them right now. But if I can leave you with anything, stop trusting man. Stop waiting on him, man, to make you happy. Put all your trust in God. God gonna take care of all that other stuff. I keep telling y'all, this smile, sunshine keep on our face. God put the smile back on my face.
We can't wait, man, to get to Lafayette, get the invite, and I know when we get it, it's gonna be awesome. Queens of the South, Lafayette.
Oh no, New Orleans.
Oh, in New Orleans, Louisiana. Oh, NO.
Yeah, the NO.
My bad, the NO. The Queens of the South NO chapter, man. Just imagine. I just can imagine seeing y'all everywhere doing your thing. Any big events y'all got coming up, or that you guys are going to? Or?
Oh yeah, we're getting ready to. Matter of fact, we're going to Jacksonville to the King's anniversary in the next couple of weeks. We're also going to go to Rare Breeds. Matter of fact, we're going to. Let me start over. We're going to Second to None up in Louisiana. The anniversary that's coming up next week. We'll be up there. We're also going to Breed in Atlanta, and we're also going to Breed in Savannah, Georgia.
Okay.
The week before that, a few of us were going up to Chicago with the Kings and Queens of Harley for the Legends Ball. And what else I'm doing? And then in October, there are a few of us gonna go to a ride to eat. That means we're just gonna ride to Kansas City, Missouri, with Have Iron Wheel Travel Group. Yeah. We're just gonna go up there and eat some good old barbecue. Yeah, with Bingo and Sharif and Kelso. So it's a lot of riding gonna go on, and y'all, the Queens of New Orleans, y'all, they ready. They ready.
Well, there it is there, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, man. This is my girl, Sunshine. There's so much stuff that my mind kind of got deterred with all these negative comments. This is how Satan works, boy. You should see some of the stuff.
I believe them already.
I know.
Really?
Oh,
Delete them and block them.
Somebody want to see your feet and all this stuff. Say, man.
They pretty.
I mean, anyway, I love y'all. Y'all be stay tuned, man. This is my girl, Sunshine Rogers. You will see her in your town and in your city.
All we need is an invite.
That's it, man, and it's going down. And I love you, man. I'm proud of you. I mean, I'm just happy to call you my friend, for real.
Okay.
So there it is there, man. And hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys are able to understand what it takes in order to do this thing. It takes a heart, a pure heart. And it takes a passion for it. Everybody won't have it. Everybody will not ride like Sunshine, like Smiley, like me, like Flacco. We understand that. We're not knocking that. Just do what you do at your own pace, but do it because that's what you love to do.
That's right. And I just want to say this real quick. My main phrase I like to use is ride your ride.
What does that mean?
Simply breaks down like this. If you know you're a 100-mile rider, stick to your 100 miles. For those of you that are 400-500-mile riders, that's all you want to do, stick to that. Me, we like that 1,000 on out.
Wow.
Go on, run your 1,000 miles.
Yeah.
Everybody is not going to ride your ride. So don't be upset when you get around people that say, oh, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. Don't let them stop you from going. You go on.
Well, you already know. I told y'all, if I waited on anybody to ride a motorcycle, y'all wouldn't even know what I was right now. So that's why you see me by myself all the time. Like even I'm in Houston right now, supporting the Soul Brothers, man. They're doing their first anniversary, trialing, just learning a lot of stuff. Also just embracing the whole 48 nation. But when I leave here, I'm heading to California.
Oh, wow, okay.
And the Queen has to ride back by herself.
She'll be okay.
And if I can say that, you know what I'm saying? If I can say that. But I have to trust in the fact that I've taught her enough. I've taught her everything that she needs.
She'll be okay.
To make the ride the whole 9 yards. Just like this woman here, I got to trust the fact that they know enough to handle their business. But all I'm going to say is this, man. If riding is your passion, you will be by yourself. on a lot.
And y'all, I want to say this. This was the first person I rode in California with. He took me to the candy shop, and I shared this with Queen too. Y'all, that particular year, I didn't know nothing about splitting lanes. Y'all should have seen me in California trying to split lanes for the first time. This is who I was following. He was like, Sunshine, come on here. And I was just as timid and scared. But anyway, that was a very, very memorable moment. And it was a moment where I actually learned about riding in the state of California. So every time I go to California now, boy, you can't tell me nothing. I know how to split them lanes. And it's so funny because I'm going to tell y'all something. Here in Texas, this is what I noticed. If I come up on a car in Texas and they go to the left, I already know they're not from Texas.
Yeah.
They're from another state where it's okay to split lanes. And most of them are coming out of California.
But actually, do you think that more states should allow us to split lanes?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. Especially us that are on Harleys, okay?
Yeah. Well, the purpose, let me give y'all the purpose of splitting lane and the reason why California has adapted the lane splitting thing. Number one, the temperature and the humidity.
Correct.
Most of the bikes that they know, most of the bike manufacturers' bikes are air cooled. And they know by sitting in traffic what that does to the bike. Mm-hmm. So in California, they would rather you be able to split lanes than have to come get your ass off the freeway for breaking down, because a breakdown on the California freeway causes delays.
You just shut it down.
You feel what I'm saying? So they thought about it. They took the whole risk of it, and the California drivers, even because it's just a motorcycle as opposed to a car sitting in traffic. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? It's a motorcycle, so let them go about their business and get going. But that was one of the reasons that California, and they still have it to this day, I think they're the only state that has it.
I think so too. Yeah. I really do.
But I think all states should adopt it because it's a hell of a. It helps.
Yeah, it really
Trust
does.
me. Like I broke down in New Mexico sitting in traffic because my damn clutch fluid got so hot that my clutch never went out.
Oh wow. Okay.
So that was an experience. I don't know if you saw that, but I talked about that. I learned that on our new bikes on your 17. Mm-hmm. Our clutches are hydraulic. Mm-hmm. If it gets so hot, that fluid gets thin and where it won't work the clutch. The clutch just literally it'll just flap. So when you get in traffic, you have to be careful to either get out of traffic. What they suggested was just pull over, let the traffic get off the freeway, let the traffic kind of die down, and you can get back in it, or just be cautious to not hold that clutch in. You know how you hold it, just ease up a little bit. Right. Either kick it in neutral as much as you can and walk the bike. If it's that slow of traffic, walk it. Right. Because if you hold that clutch, that fluid is going through there and it's getting hot and hot and hot. And once it get thin, once it get thin, it's nothing you can do. It ain't going. It's not going to work the lever. So you're going to have to pull over for about 30 minutes, let the fluid cool down to expand back to what it needs to give the lever power. Okay. So I learned that the other day. I learned that in New Mexico. Okay. I ran from from Memphis to New Mexico, got caught in traffic, and my lever literally, I'm sitting there, and my lever just
came in. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm like, but I'm still in gear, so I'm like, so I thought it was the clutches, and it wasn't that. So I got off the freeway. By the time I called Harley, they came and got me. Bike was back to normal, but your fluid is
Fluid
burning.
had built up.
Yeah, it cooled down and it built back up to where it had the strength.
Right.
But when you do that, you burn the fluid. So it's still cool. You can ride the bike, but it's best to change the fluid as soon as possible.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, that was a lesson that I learned. So anyway, man, never met Big Sal, but I got his back. Ride with me if you're real. Whatever it is there. Hey, man, I love y'all. My girl Sunshine Rogers, Queen of the South, NO. So now when y'all come to NO, y'all got a club to look up, man. Them ladies, man. They gonna. In fact, talk about your ride you got next year. The what you doing for the jazz thing?
Oh yeah, we have well there are several rides going on. Let me tell you about the ride real quick. Y'all know Curves from Curves, Alabama. She has her ride that's going to the Harley dealership right there in Slidell, Louisiana, and
What's so special
it's
about that dealership?
It's her it's her Betsy. It's one of her pep rallies,
okay.
and it's one of the rides that's designed for women. It's just to empower women on everything from what to wear, what not to wear, just being safety awareness, all that whatnot. And then y'all, Portia Taylor, she's giving the big ride that's coming to Essence next year. So
For that.
yeah, so it's a lot of women out here right now, y'all, that's doing a lot of positive things for women. So you men that's got wives, girlfriends, boo things, there are so many rides out here now for women to become involved with. There's I'm gonna tell you the truth, almost every month there's almost a female ride somewhere different. But those are some of the big rides that's coming up.
Yeah, there it is there, man. So I love y'all. Y'all stay tuned for more, man. I'm here. Houston, man, we in the building, man. Hit your boy up. Who you got on the fight? Pacquiao, Mayweather.
I'm not really big on boxing. I don't like fighting and violence.
Yeah. It don't matter to you.
I don't matter.
I know you're going to watch it, though.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to watch it.
Hey, man, I love y'all. We go, man.
Okay.
She said, oh, yeah, I'm going to watch it.